Alright, so Vybzkartel and Shorty were spotted partying together. Shorty catch me last night with a fat brown girl a standpipe. You get me? So most people say, yo, oh, they're back together. Oh, why Vybzkartel link up short? But end of the day, I'm babe mother. You get me? I say she have 3 children for him. So despite them not being together, them gonna still talk, bro. Despite the fact say him sing a song say him prefer see them than Shorty. You get me? But end of the day, she was the one that did them with him the most. You get me? I say her the longest. You know, despite him a fuck a bag of girl pan him. But we never talk about that. But they were spotted partying together, and as I say, rumors are going to say they're back together. Oh, Vybzkartel cheat and see them again. But me, honestly, they think nothing wrong with it. You get me? I say, and babe man, she carry 3 children for him. So at the end of the day, I'm for sure I love. You get me? I say, and the fox in them out the party, me not say nothing wrong with that. You get me? I say, most females are going to talk about, oh, they were ex, so if anything can happen, you can't sleep. Why we have to go this so? Why we have to go this so? Anyways, right. Alright, so there have always been an ongoing debate on who is the king of the dancehall. You know, and we have top 4 suspects: Vybzkartel, Sean Paul, Masicka, and Beenie Man. You know, and people's always wondering what does it take to be the king of the dancehall. Alright, so this is what it takes to be the king of the dancehall in my perspective. First of all, you have to run the country where you come from. You get me? I say you have to remain relevant in Jamaica where dancehall is originated. That are the first thing. And Beenie Man isn't relevant for quite a while now. About 2 decades now. Beenie Man haven't been relevant. So Beenie Man is automatically eliminated from the top 3. Secondly, the numbers. They're supposed to collect numbers them. But any music platform, Spotify, iTunes, any music platform, YouTube. You get me? I say, so we still have the 3 top 10 now. You get me? I say. Alright, so most people are going to say, yo, why am I never eliminate Sean Paul when it comes to relevant in Jamaica? Me honestly think Sean Paul not running the title. Sean Paul is focusing on the bigger picture. Sean Paul is more of a international dancehall artist. You get me? I say, so he might get eliminated for because of that reason. Him honestly not focus on what the king of the dancehall title because he don't want it. So he is automatically eliminated from it. So we have Vybzkartel and we have Masicka. Alright, so Vybzkartel was the reigning king of the dancehall a decade ago before he went to prison. And most people would also say him did a run. He was also the king of the dancehall behind bars, and I totally agree. But right now, me honestly would say, yo, Masicka is the king of the dancehall. Reason being, Masicka has been running the place for about 5 years now. Or more than that, based on my knowledge. You get me? I say, that's why Masicka said in one of his recent songs, fucking lonely at the top of the hill. What do you think he mean by that? You get me? I say, so me honestly think say, yo, Masicka is reigning king of the dancehall. You know, we think Vybzkartel has surpassed that level. We think Vybzkartel is on a legendary status. And right now, we need a king of the dancehall. And me honestly think that is Masicka. You get me? I say. Alright, so most people are going to agree with me because most people are saying because me always see people mention Alkali as being the king of the dancehall. Man, listen, I say, oh, Alkali is not a good artist, you know, but the time when Alkali did at Vybzkartel was already king of the dancehall. You get me? I say, and at that point, nobody could have catch up Vybzkartel. You get me? And for you to be the next king of the dancehall, you have to run the place when the previous king has put on him crown. You know, and Vybzkartel said that himself, you know. You know, once it's his time, he will gracefully retire. You get me? I'm honestly think Vybzkartel being behind bars, that was not the end of his reign as the king of dancehall, but few years after he has put on him crown. You know, and these dancehall artists like Alkali, Masicka has always been consistent. You know, one at a time Alkali drop off a farm, literally drop off of the face of the earth. You get me? A Masicka constantly putting down bangers, bro. You get me? I say, not only is he releasing good music, he's doing good collaborations, he's getting good streaming numbers. You get me? I say, and that's one thing where you have the people in, bro. You get me? I say, and me always think so once you are dominating the bird country of dancehall, then you can be considered as the king of the dancehall. That's in my honest opinion. You get me? I'm gonna think Masicka is that person. Masicka is that person. You get me I say? And once he has gotten the big breakthrough, he has been continuously releasing good music and being versatile. Because most people say, yo, if it's a case of releasing good music, why isn't Chronic Law a part of that? You get me I say? Me rate Chronic Law as an artist, but me honestly think Chronic Law is not versatile. A Chronic Law cannot do what a Masicka do. Chronic Law cannot do what a Alkali do or what a Vybzkartel do. Being creative, being versatile, change up a melody, change up a style. Chronic Law have the same style in every song that you sing. You probably can pick and choose one and two. That's not the same with a million songs. You get me I say? But the thing is not having the most streams. It's not having the most songs. But it's having the most hit songs. You get me I say? Because as much as Chronic Law can release 100 songs a week, and all them are hit. You get me I say? If you live 100 songs, if you release 100 songs a week, you only know 2 of them. You get me I say? Him don't give him song any time to grow. You get me I say? Plus his songs are not versatile, so them now go hit out him out the one them fit. You get me I say? But that goes to show the work ethics that Chronic Law have still. You get me I say? The fact that he can release music that often. But with a man like Masicka now, he has been that artist where release music, release singles and also release an album and singles after, and the song them still are it to this day. You get me I say? 438, one of the most toughest album you ever seen in a good while. You get me I say? And then he has released Generation of Kings, bro. I think him seal it off this one. I think Masicka, me mind now, the first time Cartel done the King of Dancehall now. Him name himself as King of Dancehall based on what he said, his fans said that he's now the King of the Dancehall. You get me I say? And if Masicka I tell us yo fucking lonely at the top of the hill, and for someone to be at the top of the hill looking down on you, that means they're above you. You get me as I say? He was hinting that at my time now, cause he released Generations of King. You get me as I say? And basically they say, oh, this generation is mine because I'm the king. You get me as I say? That's what me get from it. You know, so me honestly think he is the man now to be the king of the dancehall. You get me as I say? Vybzkartel is still here. Vybzkartel is a living legend like Bob Marley. You get me as I say? His name would forever be lived on. So despite Masicka being the king, it means the Vybzkartel can run the place. You get me I say? It just means yo, he is at top of him game now. You get me I say? And the next thing about being a king of dancehall, me think it also evolving. You get me I say? Because all of these dancehall artists, you get me I say? They don't evolve it. Them still up on the same level. As much as they might have more hit songs, more streams, making more money. You get me I say? Some of them hasn't evolved yet. You get me I say? If you look on Masicka 5 years ago or a decade ago, he would be on the same Masicka. You get me I say? His evolution in dancehall has been evolving on a different level. You get me I say? I'm a do it big. So that's why I will gladly say that Masicka is the king of the dancehall.